story time. Anyways, this is a story time. This is a story of my fourth grade year on how I became like super popular in fourth grade. I was only in elementary. Um, how I pretty much ditched my they were nerdy. They were nerdy friends. They were real cool, real fun. You know, we had fun at the time, but we're going into the later years of our elementary school. We're about to go to middle school pretty soon. And I did not want to be the kid playing with Yu-Gi-Oh cards or doing that. So let me tell the story of how I kind of, ditched my friends, became very popular in elementary school, and that was probably one of the biggest highlights of my life. Um, and so it starts off from first grade all the way up until third grade. I was very nerdy. I didn't know how to dress. I would play Yu-Gi-Oh cards, Pokemon cards. Yeah, I'm still a kid at that age. I'm still a kid. I don't know too much, but the kids I was hanging with were really, really considered nerdy. I was very shy. Blah blah blah. Anyways, ended up hanging out with. I had four or five friends. I was. I don't want to sound cocky, but people would say I was very good looking, but I dressed in very nerdy clothes. I was wearing baggy clothes, and if you guys remember the tech deck shirts, I was wearing that too. Very baggy. It was way out of style. I was wearing like the wallets with the chains and stuff. Anyways, all I needed was like those boots, like those black boots. But anyways, um, so what happened was I started watching a movie. It's kind of weird. I started watching a movie called Like Mike. That movie and another movie, Max Keeble, were kind of like influences. Like it kind of like wanted me to push me to become more popular. I wanted to be like the popular kids. I wanted to do that. Like Mike was probably the biggest because I fell in love with basketball through that movie. So I didn't want to be like Bow Wow in that movie, but I did want to learn how to play ball uh, greatly. And so what I would do is I would watch that movie every day, like 3 or 4 times a day. I would go outside during the day after school and play ball and learn. Um, so at that time, I actually sucked. I was horrible. And what I did was one day, it was fourth grade. Um, there was a group of kids over there by, playing basketball. One of the kids is Jayon Miles. I'll shout him out on here. He's now part of the LA Rams. He played for UNLV. He's one of my good friends since then. Anyways, I didn't know him at the time, fourth grade, and I I finally got the courage to go up and ask the kids, "Hey, can I play?" I had Jayon in my class, so I knew his name. I didn't know who he was. I never talked to him before, and so I actually went up to him and I said, "Hey, Jayon, can I get in the game?" And he said, "Yeah, go ahead, get in the game." So I'm in the game. We're playing against like sixth graders, and we're in fourth grade. We're playing against sixth graders, fifth graders, and these kids can ball. They're pretty good. They're crossing up. They learned some of their moves. I'm guessing from And One Mixtape, if you guys remember that, from Hot Sauce and all that. And anyways, uh, Jayon, um, Jayon, I think was on the opposite team. I was on, I don't know, I was on the other side, and there was one other kid. So what happens is he gets the ball. I think I'm like, hey, I'm gonna stick this kid. I stick the kid. What happens is he crosses me up. I fall to my knees. Everybody's like, oh, oh, and at that time that was the biggest thing. Like if you get crossed over, people are going, oh, it's like Rucker Park, like oh, blah blah. So I get back up, try to steal the ball again. What does he do? He bounced the ball off my head, and it was like, oh, man, and I was so embarrassed. The bell rang. I felt like, oh man, that was. Anyways, the bell rang. We went inside. I felt horrible. Like that day, I went home and I said that will never happen again. So I practiced my handles. I wanted to duplicate what he did. I ended up, um, I ended up somehow getting a hold of like the and one. It was like an and one DVD. If people don't know, it was like a street ball moves, like under the legs, bouncing off people's heads. I got a hold of that. Anyway, so I started to watch it. I started to watch that, and watch Iverson very closely, and I used to copy their moves. Eventually, I got it down. I got it down packed. I learned how to do it real good. Then I started to dabble into other people's skill set and moves, and I started to watch them closely. And I used to practice those moves over and over and over again, and I got real good with my handles. And the basketball I had was a ball from like the 80s or something like that. It was a ball my grandpa had, so it was completely bare. It had no grip at all, and I learned from that ball. I pumped it up, learned from that ball, and practiced my shots. And man, I would stay out there pretty much all day for like 9 hours a day, 10 hours a day. Right after school, I'd play. All my friends, all the neighborhood friends, uh, they would always ask me why do I play basketball so much, and I was just so focused I didn't want to do anything else. Anyways, um, next time I came out there, this is about fourth grade. From what I remember going out there. That same kid, I forgot his name, but that same kid, I ended up doing the same thing to him, but even worse. Um, and then from there, like every day, I would play basketball at school, and I was known for my handles. Everybody was like, "Wow, he's good at his handles," blah blah blah, and I would cross people, cross people, cross people, and every day it felt good. Like it was just like exciting. And anyways, um, there was this one time there was a sixth grader. He was known. He's like the best one in school. Like everybody was scared to play him, and a bunch of his friends too were good too as well. So I was like, hey, it was like PE time, and we had a free PE. So I was like, hey, can I go? Can I play with you guys? I ball, and they're like, his friends are talking, man. So he's about to cross you so bad, kid. You don't want to play. You don't want to play, and he tries to cross me up. I steal the ball from him. I got the ball now. And so what I do is I cross him up, throw it under his legs. He falls down. I shoot it right over him. Man, he's a sixth grader, and I'm a fourth grader. I shoot it over him, score. That's it. All his friends are screaming, and he's still on the floor. Afterwards, he gives me a handshake. We shake, and he's like, man, you're pretty good, blah, blah, blah. Um, from there on, was weird because it was kind of like a blur. I would have kids from and I skipped this part. Fourth grade, I was really feeling good about myself, so I asked my mom and asked my dad if they could put me in basketball. I ended up playing basketball for like a Parks and Rec league or whatever it is. I was very nervous because it was my first time playing in front of a crowd. I ended up playing in front of the crowd, and I kind of sucked. So I pretty much sucked the whole season. I wasn't that good. There's 3 practices left, and I think 2 games left. Yeah, there was 2 games left. So one of those 3 practices. One of those 3 practices. Um, I think it was 3. Yeah, one of those 3 practices. I was doing my thing. I was shy. I didn't know. I was really shy, so I didn't know really how to. Once you're shy, your confidence goes out the window. So your skill set is not the same. I ended up after practice is over, coaches are like talking to the parents or whatever. Me and my little brother go out. We're still shooting around. All the kids they've left. Me and my brother are shooting around, and I'm crossing my little brother over. I'm like shooting over him because nobody's watching him. I'm just crossing him over, and the I look over and all the coaches are staring at me like, and then one of the coaches come up to me. They're like, "Where's that? Where'd that come from?" I'm like, I'm just shy. I don't I get shy when I when people would watch me. So anyways, he's like, you need to play like that every time. Anyways, so the first game I play, coach puts me in. He's like, just do what you do. And I'm like, okay. Get the ball. He wants me to inbound the ball, cross over this kid, and I run and run and run. I lay it in. Easy. I do that like 4 or 5 more times, and I get fouled while doing it. And I'm scoring, and I go to the free throw line. I'm nervous. Everybody's like looking at me. I score, and I keep doing it. And at that time, I had a lot of points. I think I had like 15, 16, maybe 20 points, man. And mind you, I'm only like, man, fourth grade, I was like 12, 10 years old. I was young, man. And I did real good. And uh, that game, it was just crazy, man. And I remember that. And so towards the end of the game, I want to say the last 5 minutes, the whole crowd, there's a big crowd, like, and this is a Parks and Rec game. Whole crowd is like, give it to DJ, 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 chanting my name. Feels good. I've never felt that in my life. I probably never will. They were chanting my name. They were screaming my name because my skill set at my age, that time, fourth grade, was way up there. It was way up there. And man, it was like after that day, it kind of changed fourth grade for me, because fourth grade and fifth grade and sixth grade, because that game, I guess, I don't know, but there was everybody was there, and I guess it got around, like everybody was talking about it, and so, man, the feeling was like, it felt good because everybody was screaming my name to score. Everybody wanted me to have the ball because I don't know if I wasn't even paying attention to the time. I wasn't paying attention to the score. I was just like so nervous that I wanted to just score and get out. and and so by the time that game was over, the next day, there's kids coming from like this was like a time frame, like it was from that day going to the end of the fourth grade. There was kids from high school coming, and they were saying, hey, what's up, DJ? What's up? How are you doing? What's up, DJ? I didn't know who they were, and so I was like, what's up, man? Blah blah blah. Kids from high school, kids from middle school, kids from other elementaries were like, they're just like saying what's up to me, and I was like, I don't know who they were, and of course, like, everybody from the school kind of knew me, and it just felt good at that time, and it went all the way through fifth grade, all the way through sixth grade, and that was one of the highlights of my life, because it felt good that everybody knew me. Kids from high school knew me. Kids from, like, it felt like all of Palmdale knew me, and I was only in fourth grade, and at that time, the hunger for basketball was strong. Like I played basketball like 9 hours a day. Like I fell in love with the sport, and my motivation now is not the same as back then. Plus I have work and stuff, so it's so busy. But if I had that hunger pretty much all the way through high school, all the way through middle school, I think I would have probably made to the NBA and pretty much did great. But that hunger kind of just like and what kind of messed me up was middle school. After sixth grade, when we went to middle school, now you got a whole fresh new group of kids coming from all over Palmdale, Lancaster, from different cities. And so we're in middle school, and I don't really know anybody. I know some people from the elementary, but most of them went to another middle school that was across town. So it was kind of like starting over. And as I was starting over, I didn't want to. I was always shy, so I felt shy to play basketball, and so I kind of like, I didn't want to play basketball during middle school because it was just too shy. Like I felt nervous, and it was still like a hunger for me, but it just, that I didn't have that confidence to play, and so it kind of messed me up. Anyways, uh, how I ditched my friends in fourth grade. I want to apologize if you guys are watching this. If you guys ever watch this, I don't think so. But fourth grade, I was hanging with the nerds, like I said, and you guys were nerds. We were all nerds, and at that time, I wanted to be popular, like movies, and what I did was right when I asked to play that basketball game in fourth grade, I kind of hung out with them every lunch after that, and I ignored those friends from the fourth grade, or the nerds. I'm not gonna disclose their names, but I started hanging out with those guys, and I kind of ignored the other guys, like bad, like I ditched them. I didn't want to talk to them. They would say what's up. I didn't even say nothing. Like I kind of I felt bad at the time, but I don't know. Mm, it was worth it to me. It sounds like a butthole move, but I think everybody would do the same. Like, would you want to be like not a loser, but would you want to be the kid with less friends and not get that opportunity to feel that way, how I felt playing basketball with everybody? It kind of completely changed my life. I never did it again. I was always respectful towards people, and actually towards some of those friends, I kind of reached out towards them and told them, hey, look, my bad. That was a butthole move, but it was, they were fun. They were real fun kids. It's just, you could only play Pokemon cards for so long, Yu-Gi-Oh cards for so long, you know. But yeah, a couple of my other friends grew up with me. Jan Miles was one of them. I still keep in touch with him to this day. He was the kid in fourth grade that really kind of helped me get into the basketball. Another one that was real good in basketball that I remember playing one-on-one once. I don't know if I won or lost, but it was like kind of a mutual respect. It was like after school. His name was Joseph Prince. If you see this, bro, shoot. I remember playing you in I think it was fourth or fifth grade, and I don't remember who won, but it was like pretty dang close. Like we were pretty even. And then I didn't see you since. I think you moved or something like that. And I saw you in high school, and your game elevated to another level. You were like dunking and stuff like that. And from middle school to high school, my game declined a lot. I wasn't playing. I was so distracted with girls and stuff like that. It was just like, I should have stayed focused. But I guess I got back into it, and I don't know. I had some pretty good one-on-ones. Like, one-on-ones was my thing back then. One-on-one basketball was my thing back then. There was very few people that could stop me. There was very few people that was just on my level. And, yeah, that was my story time. 19 minutes long. I hope you enjoyed it if you watch this all the way through. I'll do more story times later. Like, subscribe, send this off to somebody else. And moral of the story is, I want to say, follow what you love, do what you love, and stick to it. Even if you're shy, keep working on your craft so you can elevate your game. All right, peace. Bye.